Well, it's funny because we played around with this idea of a landing page that is built for discovery. Imagine a very basic landing page that comes on and starts a segment or asks these questions because we feel like we don't want to assume that you're looking in the right area. And it's very hard in the digital space to do this appropriately. You look at like a lot of stores, they will intentionally have departments or sections of the store with like a big headline that says like, this is where you're supposed to be. So there's a clue you're in the wrong area. And this happens digitally and probably in a lot of other service providers because you haven't asked the question or you haven't given them a clue that they're in the wrong area. It'd be like me sitting in Target in like the baby section being like, none of your shirts would ever fit me.
And I think that happens a lot in companies that have that serve more than one niche or have more than one product, right? And so like HubSpot, for example, if you're on their site, they have hundreds of landing pages based on what it was you were looking for, because just signing up can be overwhelming. And so it's like, what's the one thing you're actually looking to solve? And they focus on that. And I like that example. Yeah. Like picking out shirts in the kids section is going to lead to unsatisfied customer.
But a lot of folks do this because they just don't even ask questions at all. We just assume people will self-navigate. But yeah, it's interesting. So getting back to this is like, how do we ask better questions to make our marketing better? I think it's externally understanding like what are those key decision-making guidelines where someone would find success. Considering if it's ethical and appropriate, maybe lead with a question because there's so much more subtext that's carried there than a statement because of how we've been raised and just how we've engaged with other human beings in our life. And internally, and this is for ourselves as well. Think of like when you evaluate your own marketing, what are the questions that you ask? Because that's going to lead you down a path of either like the questions that we ask start to direct us into the things that we'll measure. And then things that we measure turn into the items that we manage, and then things that we manage improve. And so if you start off with bad questions, you'll end up measuring bad things and you'll end up managing insignificant things and you will end up improving things that weren't really aligned with what you ultimately wanted.